watching the film, watching all the cut-ups and everything else. And then for the next 4 hours, I was doing treatment on the plane. I was walking up and down the aisles. Everybody was knocked out. I was doing high knees and working on my legs and everything else, making sure I'm ready to rock. So that was good. And then the last 2 hours, the last hour of that, I fell asleep for 1 hour, and I watched the film the rest.
What?
So 1 hour, right? Like, falls asleep specifically for 1 hour. Like, he got everything charged. This guy, he can't read the room. If I was a teammate of his and he was doing some high knees while I was trying to sleep, I would have tripped his ass. Like, I wish they would have hit some turbulence. Like, this dude needs...
That's a long flight, though. Sometimes you got to get up
He
and
needs
stretch.
to buy a clue. Like, you don't shine a light on you. You are playing like crap, Russell. Anytime you got Melvin Gordon and Jerry Jeudy on the sideline, like, man, can you believe this dude? He is separate, and I had Chad Brown on my radio show, and he covers the team, great linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He said Russell Wilson has a offense in the building. He has his whole team of nutritionists and body people and all this stuff. He's separating himself from the team. That was the issue that the Legion of Boom had. It was Russell rules and everybody else. And the problem is, if I'm the Denver Broncos, I can't do anything about it. I gave him $250 million. So my only option is to trade off some of the pieces to try and get some of the picks I gave back to get him, because he will never win this locker room over doing this type of stuff. Like, if you were going to do all that stuff, first of all, Russell, before we got on the plane, you had an opportunity in a top-notch facility to get a hell of a workout in. Like, why are you telling us what you're doing? Right? Like, this is telling us that you're trying to control the narrative about yourself. If we lose this week, if I'm the Broncos, they got to sell stuff off. There'll be 2-6. There's no easy fix to it. Usually a quarterback to Russell's caliber can cover up the mistakes in the ineptitude of a coach that can't really play, that's not really ready for the job. He can't even do that. This is a lose-lose. And, Nathaniel Hackett, because of how bad Russell has played and his inability to bring the team together, may lose his job and be a one-and-done coach.
One of the things that I've said over the last few days is that the only good thing Russell Wilson has brought to Denver is Sierra.
Yeah.
And people thought I was exaggerating. She is a welcomed addition anywhere. Make no mistake about that. But that's about it. He looks bad. This offense looks horrible. It's dead last in the National Football League in points. Dead last. Dead last. And what is it? What's their record? 2 and 4?
Yeah, 2-4.
2 and 4.
2 and 5. 2 and 5. Yeah, 2 and 5.
In 7 games, they've scored 100 points. In 7 games. Offense is bad. And this is the rest of the schedule right here. You see that. I see a whole bunch of losses on there. It's a damn shame. And here's what you're missing. You're getting on him for talking about himself. That's not what I'm getting on him about. It's how you did it. See, they was asleep.
Yeah.
I'm
working while they sleeping.
I'm working while they were sleeping. No, they're asleep because of Russell Wilson. Because he hasn't inspired them to stay awake.
Yeah, man.
And so when you talk about the Legion of Boom, let's be specific about their problem. Their problem with Russell Wilson wasn't that he was separate from the team. Their problem with Russell Wilson is that he was pacified.
Yeah.
He was protected. And I said this and I reported this. And I said report because obviously I have my opinions, but I get information. And when I got this information, because it was given to me by members on Seattle, I reported this. This is why the Seattle Seahawks were never the same when they lost that Super Bowl to the Patriots. If Russell Wilson had thrown an interception under normal circumstances, that would be different. Meaning that even in the Super Bowl, you throw a pass over the middle, you get an interception, that happens. Look at the plays that led up to them being at the half-yard line. It was beast mode. It was Marshawn Lynch. It was a catch. It was a run. This brother was tearing it up.
Yep.
And he got them down to the half. I mean, he had demoralized the New England Patriots. It was like you were not stopping beast mode from getting into that end zone and delivering another Super Bowl championship. And Pete Carroll and Darrell Bevell called the play for Russell Wilson because the belief was the organization wanted him to be the hero
The MVP.
and not beast mode. And that is when Pete Carroll lost that team because it was never the same after that. Now, they can deny it all they want to for public consumption. I know what I was told.
I know it too.
Okay, and you know it too. Am I lying? Am I lying what I reported? Am I lying? That's what they said, okay?
No caps.
Exactly. You gave it because you wanted Russell Wilson to be that guy. And Russell Wilson doesn't realize that's how he's viewed by everybody. It's about people wanting you to be that guy. Well, in this case, you wanted to be the guy. It was you. You wanted your own team. You wanted to pull the strings. You wanted to be let loose. You wanted to be unleashed. And here we are looking at you this way. I don't dislike Russell Wilson. Actually, I think he's a very nice guy. He's always been nice to me when I've met him.
Yeah.
We're not talking about him as
person.
we talk about what other people feel about him. I don't know what to feel about him. What teammates and contemporaries feel about you and the things that you're doing to accentuate the points that they're making about you. Russell Wilson does not realize, so somebody needs to tell him, and hopefully this is carried in England. You look bad, my brother. And there are people that have no use for you. There are people on the Denver Broncos, you know this because we're hearing this. There are people on the Denver Broncos who wish you weren't there.
Yeah.
Period. That's a damn shame, considering your resume.
Look on the flip side of what Seattle is doing in his absence.
Geno Smith is playing better than Russell Wilson. And Pete Carroll looks really, really good right now.
Yeah.
He looks like a coach that has been protecting Russell Wilson from himself all of these years. Pete Carroll looks great. Geno Smith looks great.
Okay.
Damn great.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson looks bad.
All right, we'll see if he can turn around. They're playing 9:30 a.m. and that is on ESPN Plus. We'll keep going here,
watch
guys.
that.
Strange days for Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Rodgers and the Packers have now lost 3 straight, while Brady and the Bucks are 3-4 in the season and are looking to avoid a 3-game losing streak with a matchup looming against the Ravens tonight. That's going to be a good game. Kurt Warner gave his thoughts on Brady and Rodgers' struggles this season, telling People, I think both of those guys look like they're exhausted. It's okay to go, you know what? It's not how it used to be. I may not be who I used to be, or it's just too hard overall to get everybody to the same standard. Maybe it's time to walk away. Stephen A., we're talking about the GOATs here. Should Brady and Rodgers retire after this season?
Brady, most definitely. It's not to say that he can't resurrect the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, get them to the playoffs, contend for a Super Bowl, whatever. But it's over.
Yeah.
It's over for him. And we've never said that before, even when he was struggling in New England, because we knew he was bereft of the requisite weapons necessary in order to win, and that was on Bill Belichick, who's making these personnel decisions. But we're looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now, and we look at how rattled Tom Brady appears. He's got a lot on his mind. And the fact of the matter is that he's done enough. At some point in time, it's about the 7 titles, you know, with the $375 million waiting for you in the broadcast booth.
Yeah.
That needs to be enough. It ain't like you wondering what the hell you're going to be doing.
How many years is that contract?
I believe it's 10.
10.
Wow.
I believe it's 10. I believe it's 10. So it's averaging like
Solid
37.
security
it's
right
having,
there.
It's having like
30.
37 and a half million dollars, okay?
Nice.
Inflation and the economy and everything like that ain't going to have no effect on Tom Brady. He's good, okay? So when you look at it from that perspective, there's no getting around the fact that you look at how he's playing, this is it. You know, you don't wait until you drop to the bottom. You see the dissipation, you see the demise, and you say, okay, it's time to walk away, all right? That's what you do. There's no way in hell I'd say that about Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
I think Aaron Rodgers has several years to go. It's just about having the personnel around you.